Remember this? We're not doing that today. Why not suffer by trying to do some character modeling instead in Blender? Because that can't go wrong. I've been watching Squid Game recently, and I thought it'd be cool to try and make one of the soldiers in Blender. Beforehand, I decided to try and sketch out like what I wanted the body to look like and like what kind of general shapes I wanted to use. So it was more like rectangular shapes for the torso, and then rounder shapes for like the arms and legs, just because it makes it easier and somewhat proportionate. Step 1, we're opening up Blender and just deleting the cube, easy. Now to have something easy to sculpt with, we're just going to add an icosphere and edit it to have 7 subdivisions and just go up one by one, because I heard that if you just instantly do it, it like kills your computer, and I'm not willing to risk that, so. But now we have like a really smooth looking sphere, because more subdivisions mean like smaller faces. Anyways, now we can get to sculpting just like a basic head for now, if I can actually figure out how to use the tools right. Okay, the grab tool has become my go-to for this, just because it can like compress it without folding it in on itself. Now we have a decent head shape, and it's starting to come together now. After just adding a cylinder for the neck, I decided to start working on the chest by adding another icosphere, and then hoping that I could shape it. And this is just me using the scale tool to try and get like similar proportions to like a torso, kind of like widening out for the shoulders and then making it long enough for like the torso size. Sculpting this part was just me using the grab tool to try and like kind of narrow it down towards the bottom and like flatten out the back. It looked kind of weird, so I like started using the smooth tool to just kind of like smother it down and make it look more natural. After I was satisfied with that, I started working on like the lower torso where the legs would connect, and I just added another icosphere for that. Once again, I'm using the scale tool to just kind of adjust it to like somewhat kind of proportionate to the upper body, so that way it will be just easier to sculpt. Again, we're using the grab tool to just kind of flesh it out, and using smooth as well to kind of like help with the little divots we have in the side of it. Okay, I think the model is okay, but it might be a little too complicated for a first try, so I might have to go a little bit more low poly. So we're actually going to put our reference inside of Blender this time. All you have to do is find a low poly character sheet and put it inside Blender and set up 2 views so you can have a reference for the front view and the side view together. After that, we spawn in a cube and go into edit mode by clicking tab. We can then make it transparent by clicking Alt V together, and then Control R is our loop cut tool, which kind of divides into planes, as you can see, which just makes it easier to shape the face. Okay, we're trying that again. So we're going to spawn in the cube again and set it into edit mode and Alt V it to make it transparent. We loop cut it to get the 2 sections we want, and we also mirror it, so that way we can only work on one side and just make things easier for us. So using our orthographic view references, we can then mold the face and continue onward. We use E to extrude it and just kind of work from there by just kind of shaping the model as well as you can. But this was kind of difficult because I realized I wasn't clicking the right vertices, like I wasn't getting all of them. So I get the front vertices and then I wouldn't get the back ones. Okay, I ended up having to restart, but I fixed the problem, and all you have to do is just make sure that you click both the front and back vertices for the side you're working on. Extrude really helped. All I had to do was like extrude the arms and legs, and like Control R to loop cut some more vertices. But that was it. It was pretty easy. Painting wasn't too bad either. We just added a base texture of the kind of pink color the soldiers have, and then added a little face to it. I decided to try some basic rigging too, just to see what it was like. And all you do is Shift A and add some armature, and then extrude from the tip, and then put it out throughout the body, you know, make one for elbows and connecting joints. And I think it went pretty well. It did end up getting a bit weird though, because you have to go into pose mode and do some inverse kinematics in order to make the joints work properly. From what I can tell so far, inverse kinematics helps like connect like the knee joint to the upper leg so that it moves like forwards and takes the leg with it instead of jerking the leg backwards in a natural manner, but I'm still working on it. So yeah, that was just me learning some character modeling and exploring a bit of rigging, but I'll probably go into more detail with that later. But I hope you enjoyed. It's not the most detailed, but it's a character model